Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the RoboStir or Crazy Stir. Now it's kind of an interesting idea. It's supposed to be a third hand in the kitchen. It's an automatic stirring device, and I'm not much of a chef and I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but I am lazy by nature. And so the idea of being able to go out and watch TV and let this thing stir, your macaroni and cheese or something that you need to let simmer, for 10 minutes or something and stir occasionally. It seems like it'd be perfect. Maybe beef stews, things that you wanted to, heat slowly, gravy, stuff like that. So anyways, it was kind of an intriguing idea, but honestly, I didn't expect much of it. I figured the bottom half of this was going to spin and the top half would stay solid. And so it seemed like as soon as it got into anything very thick, that the top would just spin and this would sit there at the bottom. But actually, it didn't end up working the way I expected it. It just vibrates. It has 3 speeds. I'll see if I can show you on this maybe. Even on here you can see how the vibration causes it to spin. But anyways, so it worked a little differently than I expected, and so I kind of had higher hopes once I saw how it worked and thought, hey, this might work pretty good. Check it out in my organic pan and you can see the idea. So you can see in the organic, which is a very smooth surface bottom pan and a shallow pan, it actually works pretty good and it does spin. But I started having the issue when I put it into a deeper pan and one that has more of a rough bottom. It seemed that the legs wanted to catch a little bit. And I don't know if I got one that was a little bit bent or a little bit off kilter, but take a look and see what was happening. And so besides that issue of it tipping over in the pan, which like I said, I don't know if this was a defective model and maybe it was a little bit bent or something when I got it, but that was just a mess. I tried doing this again with some beef stew later and it flicked out of there like that and tipped over and vibrated, beef stew up everywhere. So that in itself was a pain, but then the other thing about this that I was really ended up being kind of disappointed about was that other than just broths or very thin soups and things like that, this really, it's not going to stir any kind of macaroni and cheese or beef stew or chili or anything you're going to slow cook. And I didn't try it in gravy, but I really doubt it would even be able to stir gravy. It just, once it got any kind of resistance, because of the fact that there's no real motor turning it and making it, there's no torque basically. It just vibrates, and in doing so causes it to spin. But the issue, I don't know why they didn't put 4 legs on here. It seems like it would have been more stable. Maybe it wouldn't spin then. So the fact that it turns may have something to do with the 3 legs. But anyways, I was very disappointed in it and I couldn't find it really to be very useful, except, like I said, if you had 3 soups going in the kitchen and you had this in one just to give you an extra hand, possibly. But if it's going to be tipping over, forget about it, because that's just a mess and it's not worth doing, and probably could be kind of dangerous, if you were out doing something and left this stirring and it tipped over. So anyways, I couldn't recommend it though. Alright guys, catch you on the next review.